Can you close the door back there?
Close the back door, please. It was Chris.
Ready? 7:02, that's a minute off of there. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of District Heights work session. I am calling to order this September 23rd work session, and it is 7:03 p.m., and I call this meeting to order. The agenda for this work session has been posted online and in the clerk's office. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Commissioner Harcourt moved to approve tonight's agenda.
Could I get a second?
Commissioner Janifer seconds the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Thank you for that. Before we actually get started, I have a statement that I would like to read. Good evening. The Commission is aware of allegations that have been made concerning Chief Tarpley. In keeping with our responsibility to uphold transparency and accountability, the city has initiated a formal investigation into these matters. While this process is underway, Chief Tarpley has been placed on administrative leave to ensure that our police department continues to operate effectively and without interruption. Corporal Kirk Banton will serve as the acting deputy police chief. Additionally, Lieutenant Dominique Waters will take on the role of administrative lead to support the department during this time. The Commission takes these matters seriously and committed to conducting a fair and thorough review. We will provide updates as appropriate, but please understand that we must allow the investigative process to proceed without interference. Our community safety and trust remain our top priorities, and the men and women of our police department will conduct to serve with professionalism and dedication. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have public comments. We are at the public comments section. Comments are to be related to the items on the agenda. Each participant will have 3 minutes to speak, are there any members signed up? And I do have a list of public comment forms. So the first one is Susan Clark. Please come to the podium. And good evening.
Good evening. Do I need
Right.
a state name or anything?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Susan Clark, and I live on Foster Street. Good evening again.
Good evening.
I'm speaking on behalf of the 3 city volunteer commissions: elections, ethics, and charter. We ensure that our elections are fair and transparent. We ensure that our elected officials and city employees act with fairness, remain impartial, and avoid conflicts of interest and unethical behavior. We work to improve our charter, the city's foundational document, to meet the needs of residents. We have been harassed, threatened, falsely accused of crimes, ignored, and disrespected. We are not nuisances or troublemakers or disgruntled residents. We are the city watchdogs, the ones working unpaid to serve as a voice for our neighbors and to keep our city free from corruption and illegal activity. We took an oath of office, as you did, to uphold the Constitution, the laws of Maryland, and the city of District Heights. We take our positions and oaths of office seriously. If by carrying out our duties, we make some uncomfortable, so be it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Johnny Andrews. Please come to the podium. Good evening.
Good evening, elected officials, neighbors, and employees. My name is Johnny Andrews, and I work at the Charter and Bows Committee. Over the past week, I've received some very disturbing emails regarding our elected officials. Without further ado, I'm asking our officers to shed some light on the allegations that were placed upon you. As a District Heights resident, I ask the elected officials to shed some light on this situation. It was very disturbing to read some of the allegations. I say to our elected officials, while being an elected official, you too have duties to be transparent with your citizens. And since you've taken that office, we've not seen any transparency shared with your citizens and my neighbors. I ask, what makes you so sure that everything you have done without any regard to the residents are fine with us? But it appears it doesn't matter, and neither does the residents. You have taken this city over without regard to anybody. And I say this to you, Mayor. What say you about the actions you have portrayed to the citizens of District Heights? Thank you.
Amen. Well said.
Thank you for that. Next, Harriet Irving.
Good evening. I'm Harriet Irving, and many of you don't know, I was a commissioner for 7.5 years and vice mayor. So I'm quite aware of how we should be operating and what we should be doing. To piggyback off of what some have said, there is no communication back and forth. We get no opportunity to input, i.e. annexation. No one asked us if we wanted to have annexation in our nice little city, where if you look at us and you look at our crime rate within the incorporated city, about 6-7 months ago, we were second from the top as far as safety. Outside of us, they were second from the bottom as far as safety. But it is imperative, if we elected you, that you should definitely communicate with us.
Amen.
On that organizational chart, it has at the top residents, then commission, then it's broken down. That means technically the residents are your all's supervisor. They're your boss. They're the people that put you here and that you are supposed to service. But you can't service us if you don't talk to us or know what we want.
That's right.
So, anyway, I won't go down that road. But me personally, I am so disappointed. When I was the commissioner, we fought so hard to get rid of people that were in office that was not representing us well. Us being the citizens with as much input as they wanted to have. We had meetings. We had meetings in the gym so that people could come and talk. We had meet and greets. We knew our police officers. Our officials that in the different wards knew their people, and their people could come and talk to them. And they wanted to talk to them. But for me personally, I am so disappointed. I really, really am. So I would like to say, would you please, please, please remember who you work for and bring the citizens in and listen to what they have to say before you make decisions. Allow them to have input. Far as I know, we haven't had input to almost anything. And I know the annexation, we definitely didn't. We get talked to and talked at, not talked with. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said.
Next, Deborah Turner.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, staff, and residents. My name is Deborah Turner, and I live on Gateway Boulevard. Residence is at the top of our organization charter, which means we the people should be top priority and we should matter. You said there would be transparency, but I don't know why we would expect that from this commission when you aren't transparent with your colleagues. Trust is the cornerstone of effective leadership. Because of your leadership behavior, you have undermined the trust of the people, and you have created a toxic environment in the incorporated city of District Heights. And we as residents believe that we don't matter to you. To rebuild trust as leaders requires conscious effort, self-awareness, and decisive action. What happened to the people we elected? We trusted you to have the courage to do the right thing, even when it became difficult, and that builds character. In my opinion, this commission has become the worst administration in my time here at District Heights. My grandmother used to say, be careful how you mistreat people, because they may be the one to give you a glass of water. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Next, Ronald Waters.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioner, staff,
evening.
residents. Ronald Waters. I was on the commission for a minute. I sat on several committees. I too signed with displeasure of transparency of the recent events. I think it could have been handled earlier. This happened months ago, but you made a statement today. I'll leave that part alone. I do want to address our city. Can we chew gum and walk at the same time? I'm going to touch on annexation. If you haven't rode through the city, you need to tomorrow. It's disgusting. We got abandoned cars. We got people putting furniture out on Friday, and it sets for another Friday. We got houses that's falling apart. Vice Mayor Gomez took my office. She rode with me 3 months ago. Was it 2-3 months ago? And those same violations are still there. One other item that's big on my ticket is those tire shops. We have got to get the county to stop allowing those shops to hold thousands of used tires. If no one knows, if there's a fire, you cannot put it out. It has to burn. The old firehouse is in front of 6 houses. Those people will be relocated for a while. Probably more houses, the houses on Elmhurst. We have got to get the county to stop it. That place needs to be shut down. They take the tires, they got them stacked up outside, and you can check code. I send pictures. I've done it 3 times in the last month. It's ridiculous. Trash. They got vans out there, they taking motors out of them, stuff laying all over the place. I've been here 45 years. This is rough. This is rough. When I moved here, there was one code guy. He was 70 years old. He had a notepad and a pencil.
That's right.
And he worked. Now, we got technology. Ain't nothing getting done. It ain't getting done. If I see it, anybody else should see it. That's what I got to say.
Well said.
Thank you, Mr. Waters. I think that's it. We have 5.
Tonight,
We have 5.
yeah,
You have to sign in to do that.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, is that gonna hurt?
So we do have rules for public participation. So in the next time,
Well,
you
I'm
can
gonna tell
sign
you,
up.
This the worst administration ever was in District Heights. I did in District Heights.
Let him,
56
sir,
years.
come on up.
If you want to come to the
This
podium,
is the worst.
so you'll be the 6th one.
Every male you have seen round there, nobody ever see you. You are the worst mayor ever been in District Heights. Just simple as that. You all for yourself. Now, excuse me, but some of you all may know me and may not know me. My name is Sam. I live on Elmhurst. You all may remember when the guy brought his car through the yard and hit the tree, killed himself. That's me. You never met me.
I
That's
met
me.
you. I
But
put
all
my
the other
sign in your
males, all the
yard.
other
You
males
allowed me
in
to
the
put
back,
my sign in
always
your
busy.
yard. So
Come
you do know
around. We
you.
never see you. Nobody never see you, but they don't even know who you are. Everything go on in District Heights. The only way we can find out by somebody else telling us. Y'all never tell us anything, but when election time comes, everybody, can I put a sign in your yard? All of it. Just simple as that. I call ace a ace and a spade a spade. And like I say again, this is the worst administration that I've ever known. And with that, I yield. Same way with the
Well,
police.
thank you, everyone, for your
used to have
participation.
plenty
Thank
police.
you,
These
excuse
guys
me,
now-
you're done now, and we're
I
gonna
know
move
you
on.
want me to be done.
No,
No, you want me.
no, I
got a lot
don't.
more I can say. But I'm gonna be obedient. But you need to change. And as soon as we can get you out of here, you out.
Well, thank you for that.
You welcome.
So next, and we do have guests in the room for presentations. So we have Sharnae Farmer, the Assistant City Manager for Special Projects. And the summary is Assistant City Manager for Special Projects, Shanae Farmer, will provide an overview of the Language Line Program. The presentation will be hosted virtually via Microsoft Teams and made available to the public through the City of District Heights official YouTube channel and local television stations.
Good evening, Mayor, Commission, staff, as well as District Heights residents. My name is Shanae Farmer, Assistant to the City Manager for Special Projects. And so tonight, there are a couple of projects that will be presented to you. The first item is the Language Line presentation. So just a quick summary of Language Line. It is a language interpretation service that I have introduced to department heads so far. as a way to introduce those interpretation services to our frontline staff so that they can engage with non-English speakers that do come to the city and seek information. So that way we can, have the ability to properly facilitate those conversations and give staff as well as community members the tools to get them the answers to questions they have, and also just information so they can participate as well in anything that we have going on in the city. So this evening, we do have Joe Matthews, who is the Strategic Account Executive at Language Line Solutions, joining us virtually, who will be presenting on Language Line as well as available to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay.
And are you able to see this?
Yes.
All right, thanks so much. So my name is Joe Matthews, I'm with Language Line. Thank you so much for having me with you tonight. Located in Central Florida, and I cover government and nonprofit accounts. I have 16 different states I represent, to include the state of Maryland. I've been assisting with Maryland since 2012. So tonight, going to go through the different services that we offer, and we're even going to do a live demo call for American Sign Language. So, in addition to the audio and video, we also offer face-to-face interpretation, which means somebody will physically be there with you. We have translation and localization in about 400 different language combinations. We can do everything from Braille to websites to text messages, you name it. And we also have Language Line Academy testing and training. This means if you have anybody who's bilingual on your staff or who acts as an interpreter, we can test their proficiency and certify them. So we'll first go over phone interpreting. This is what most of our clients use us for. Again, we're the largest in the world, and we have over 26,000 employee interpreters right now. You can connect within usually about 20 seconds to an audio interpreter. If it's a rare language, maybe a little bit more. If it's one of our most common languages, probably almost instant. Currently over 240 languages. We can customize your call flow, and we're fully PCI and GDPR compliant. Next, video remote interpreting. We have it in almost 50 languages now, to include American Sign Language and British Sign Language, and this is what we're going to do a demo on in a few minutes. You can connect with just about any device that you already own. So you can download the app on any Android or Apple device. If you're using a laptop, PC, or web-based device, you can go to a unique URL, put in your authentication code, activate, and you're ready to go. You can have a video interpreter usually within 20 seconds. We have Language Line Direct Response. I won't spend a lot of time on this. This is for clients who have a really high call volume, but it's really just a reverse process of calling Language Line. On your IVR phone tree, you have an option of something that would say, for English press 1, for Spanish press 2, for Amharic press 3, and so forth. And when the client would press that number for the language, they would actually come to Language Line first. We would have an interpreter answer that call, and then we would call you with your client on the line. So instead of you having to call us, get an interpreter, doing like a conference call, the client would reach us first, and we would call you with your client on the line with the interpreter. Testing and training, which I went through, is where, again, we can test your bilingual or interpreter's proficiency and make sure that you're not putting yourself at risk by having them speak to your clients in that language. Translation and localization. We have machine translation. We even have a plain English simplification solution, and that's called Clarity. So if your organization has 50 different forms, we can take those 50 forms, make them easier to read, and probably reduce them to 25 forms or less. I've had a few clients, one that had about 300 forms on file. Some of them were 30, 40 years old, a lot of repetitiveness. They were receiving a lot of calls from people trying to figure out how to fill out the form. Some people would have to fill out 7 or 8. So we took those 300 forms and got them down to under 100 forms, and it was in plain English. So it was really simple for not only their non-English speakers to understand when they translated it into those languages, but also for their English-speaking clients, and it cut down on their calls for assistance. On-site interpretation, we can have somebody there in about 110 languages right now in your area. So if you needed somebody physically to be there for American Sign Language, Spanish, or any of the other languages that we support, we can have an interpreter there with you. So there's different ways to use on-site interpreting. We have the actual person being there with you. We have virtual on-site, which you can schedule in advance. We can use any of the platforms that you're familiar with, like Teams, GoToMeeting, you name it. We can support those, and you can schedule it in advance. And we also have our on-demand in-site video interpreting, which is what we're going to demo in just a moment. So, Danny, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If you want to share yours, we'll do a quick American Sign Language call. But before we do that, does anybody have questions up to this point?
You have a
All right, Danny,
question?
go ahead and do American Sign
So we
Language.
do have someone who has a question. Commissioner Janifer has a question. Yes.
I wanted to ask, what is the difference between your service and something like Google Translate?
Right, so it's night and day, actually. So first, Google Translate, you're not allowed to put any client's information in there because you'd be breaking HIPAA violations. But besides that, Google Translate, depending on the language pair, you're talking about anywhere from 80 to 90% accurate. With our translators, you're going to have 100% accuracy, and we'll certify that for you. Now, I use Google Translate in my personal life. If I get an email or a text or something, or if I just want to look up, and that works fine for that. But for professional use, you are highly discouraged from using it because of the HIPAA violations and because of the accuracy.
Thank you.
You can proceed.
All right, we'll go ahead and do a test call. Danny, whenever you're ready,
Thank
get American
you.
Sign Language, and I'm going to time to see how long it takes to connect with the interpreter.
Hello. Hello. My name is Karen. I've been up for 45 times this week. I will be very kind of this comment moderator. How can I give assistance?
Hello, Sharon. This is Daniela. I work with Current Language Line. I have Jill Matthews on the line, and we're doing a quick demonstration for a city. So we have them on a conference call. They can hear you, and you can start signing as of right now. So as you can see, we have our interpreter Sharon on video. All of our video interpreters will have a blue background behind them. They will be identified with our black shirts with our logo. And navigating through the call is pretty easy. As you can see, the interpreter is signing as I am speaking. Of course, we have a limited, an ASL flag. There will be a pause, so the interpreter can interpret the client's response back to you. Navigating through the screen is pretty easy. On the upper right side of the screen, you will see a camera. If I click on the camera, this will allow for privacy. Now, this is not recommended on an ASL call, as your client definitely needs to see the interpreter. But for other languages, if I click on privacy, you will see that my video will hide, but I can still see the interpreter. The interpreter won't be able to see me, so just to come back from privacy, I click on it again, and now the interpreter will be able to see me. We have a microphone to mute myself from the call, and the red button to end the call. On the bottom left side of the screen, you will see the interpreter's ID number, the first name, and also the language the interpreter is interpreting for. And video interpreters have a feature, a notepad that can be brought up to the screen to type any specific, concise piece of information. So Sharon, are you able to bring up your notepad?
I've never used my notepad. I
Oh.
have.
Oh, okay.
This.
Okay.
But those ASL interpreters don't, the ASL interpreters don't really use that.
Okay.
Spoken language may.
You're right. Joe, do you have any question for Sharon or any of the attendees?
No, I just want to let everybody know that this is going to be the experience you have. It took about 7 seconds to connect with Sharon. And for our most popular languages, to include American Sign Language, that's the experience you'll have. It'll be a little bit clearer on your screen because we're going through, Danny's on Teams and on our app, and then it's going through your team. So I would expect a clearer picture on yours directly if you were to call in through our app. And the floor is open. If anybody there has any questions for Sharon.
I do have one question.
Sure, Commissioner Harcourt.
Thank you for this. This is impressive. Do you also, do they offer sign in other languages, like maybe Spanish, some of our more popular languages?
Currently, we offer only American Sign Language and British Sign Language. We still haven't received enough requests for Spanish Sign Language and some of the others. The other day, for the first time, I received my first request for Arabic Sign Language, which I've been with the company 21 years. That was the first time that happened. But we add languages all the time. So if you have a great need for Spanish Sign Language or any other languages, you let us know and we'll start recruiting for it.
I have a question.
Commissioner Jennifer has a question.
So what, I think if I heard you earlier in your presentation, you mentioned that the call would come to the constituent, not a employee of or staff of the city. So the call would come initially to them. What happens in a case where that individual doesn't want to give permission to share any of their personal information?
You would just handle that the same way as if somebody who spoke English didn't want to share their information. And I don't know what your guidelines on that. And it'll happen once in a while, but we have no control over that. If the person doesn't want to give their information, then they won't. But the call will come into your employee first. I mean, your staff would have to initiate all calls.
Okay,
We wouldn't take a call. Like if you had a client or a constituent who called us and said that they were with your city, your county, your agency, we would not assist them without you on the line. So you would have to initialize that call, provide us with your client ID number, and we would go from there. And your employee would actually drive the call. Our interpreter's there just to assist with everything, but your employee would have to have total control of the call. They would ask for the information, and if a person refused to give it, then your employee would be the one who would have to decide what actions to take on that.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Joe?
It's okay, Sharon. I know the audio is not very good, and that's because we have the conference call on the other side. I'll let Sharon go, unless you have any other question.
We appreciate you, Sharon. Thank you so much.
Thank you for using our services. Have a good day.
Goodbye. Now, happy
You can
ending.
hang up. There's a red button. You can feel free right there to hang up.
Thank you. Bye, Sharon. Once the call ends, there's a quick 1 to 5 just to share some feedback on how the call went. You can also enter a brief comment, and you click done, and that is a video call beginning to end.
And we're still here to answer any questions or take any comments that you may have.
Joe, this is Shanae. I just had a couple of questions that I wanted you to go over. with mayor, commission, and the residents. So can you briefly explain the cost associated with acquiring this service, as well as any training associated with it as well?
Absolutely. So there's no cost to actually have the service. When you do use the service, you're charged different rates for audio and video. If you were to have an audio interpreter, you're charged 64 cents a minute for Spanish, 69 cents a minute for any other language. There's no minimums, there's no upfront fees, there's nothing in addition to the actual rates per minute. If you use this for 1 minute, you're charged 64 cents for Spanish. If you use this for 10 minutes, then it's $6.40. Now, video is a more expensive rate. Video is $1.50 per minute for Spanish, $1.85 per minute for any other language, and $2.25 a minute for American Sign Language. Now, that may sound like a high cost for American Sign Language, but if you were to have an in-person interpreter, you're going to be paying a 2-hour minimum, regardless if it's with us or any other company. And, you know, a lot of times you might only need that interpreter for about 10 minutes, sometimes even less. Plus, it's on demand. You don't have to schedule it, and you'll have an interpreter online, like you saw Sharon was online within about 7 seconds. And the service is available 24/7, 365, whenever you need it.
Okay, any other questions from the commission? Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. You want us to go ahead and sign off? You good?
Yes, we're good. Thank you as well, Daniela, for joining tonight.
All right. Thank you so much for having us. You guys have a great rest of your meeting. Have a great night.
All
as
right,
well.
thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
So next, on item 2, we have the DOE presentation. Shanae, if you want to introduce our guests.
Yes, so we have Mary Abe, as well as David from the Department of the Environment, Prince George's County Department of the Environment, to present a tree planting plan as part of the county's Project Elevate. They will be donating and installing trees within the city. The primary takeaways from this meeting would be deciding which tree planting plan the city would like to go with, that they will be presenting, as well as selecting a location for the installation of an American holly tree. They have proposed 2 different locations, but we want to come here tonight to select the final one so they can install by the 26th of September. And then also, associated with that tree installation, they do want to host a community engagement event, which would be a pumpkin and native plant giveaway that also allows for residents to communicate with Department of the Environment and ask any questions related to the tree planting initiatives, as they would be the most informative regarding that. And then following those things internally with the departments, that's when we would move forward with connecting with DPW as well as resident business services, so they know how to move forward with the project. So.
Good evening, Commission and mayors and residents of District Heights. Thank you for your time tonight. Also, too, I just wanted to call out that we do have Associate Director of Engagement and Outreach here, Mr. Rodney Taylor, who is here, and he will speak probably more in terms of the plant giveaway, because that's kind of an outreach event. So I guess we had presented one time before, but we can go through everything, since I know we probably have new residents that maybe weren't at the last presentation, so if we could flip through the first slide. So one of the things that the Department of the Environment is doing, we were awarded a large grant from the Chesapeake Bay Trust through the 5 Million Tree Solutions Act to plant trees in multiple municipalities in Prince George's County. And District Heights is one of those municipalities that we've been working closely with to try to do this. And this is all about trying to get trees on your streets and in various places because of climate change. And I know a lot of people, you know, that's a political thing right now, but it's happening and it's real. And so these trees are really, it sounds like, why are we putting trees in? I don't need more trees. But the truth is, well, You may not need them now, but you might need them 10 years from now when the temperatures are soaring. And in order to get the benefits of those trees, you have to plant them now. And trees take years to grow before they really start getting those benefits. So that's what this is really about. And the other thing about trees is trees help absorb water. And I know that District Heights has a real high water table problem. I've seen that. I used to work at DPWT, and I know that the storm drain system's always inundated. You can see there, you've got ground springs and things like that popping up. So these trees are machines, and they'll just soak the water up, and they will also take it through evapotranspiration of the canopy. So there's a lot of really good reasons besides, and they are beautiful once they really start to grow. So that's what this main presentation is about. It's about two different concepts that we have. One concept is, well, I guess I'm off track here. In order to try to kick off our planting with District Heights, we are proposing to put a very large American holly specimen tree either at the town hall or at your Veterans Park. We were told that you weren't too happy about the Veterans Park in terms of maybe it needed some cleaning up and it needed more evergreens and things like that. So the first optional space, if you can see here, this is a little bit of the before and after. And the holly would go there. And it's a big holly. We literally just went and tagged it last week. It's about 14 feet tall. So it's taller than the ceiling. So when it goes in, you'll actually have a real celebration tree that if you wanted to decorate it, you could literally decorate it this year. It's big enough. So this was one location. We were told to maybe take a look at the Veterans Park because that's very symbolic in terms of putting an evergreen there. The other thing that we would want to do as part of this planting is to put some more native shrubs in that park to maybe formalize it a little bit, using evergreens, because there's a lot of plants that lose their leaves down there, and we were told that the veterans really wanted a cleaner, more concise space. And so what we would maybe do is we would put evergreens, these are all natives, by the way, we're restricted to natives, along some of the edges to give it some formality. If you could do the next slide. For instance, right here where the markers are, it's kind of barren looking. And so our thought would be to use the inkberry as a hedge to try to give it year-round interest. And again, a Veterans Park, there's a sacrifice that was there. So it needs to be a little bit, I think, more formal. We would reuse all the perennials in different places in the park, but it would give it a little more oomph to it, I guess you could say. So that's one location. The next slide. The other place, we could put it here at Town Hall, right there, right at the entrance. There's actually a dead tree out there, and we could put it there, and that could be a possibility. So it's really about what you would like in terms of the tree. So that's, and what this represents is a little bit of underplanting of a type of native plant that does well on the hill. But I think the crux of this is we want to do this to bring a sense of celebration of the fall, and then that can lead into what Mr. Rodney Taylor is going to talk about a little bit, is about a plant giveaway that we would actually be giving away pumpkins and perennials at one of your events to celebrate, native plantings and fall. Everybody, it's our way of trying to give back to the community and try to beautify and engage with residents rather than just show up, plant a tree and leave. So we're trying our best to do that. So that's kind of the nexus of why we're doing the tree. It would be a ribbon cutting to give, District Heights a little bit of, a little bit of Facebook, get it out there, get the maybe even the CX, but maybe. She's a busy woman, but you never know. That's Rodney's job. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Carla Dolphin. I love trees. But do you have any resources that can help this community with tree service? Because we have a lot of dead trees in our city, and we take care of our trees, but it's extremely expensive.
Yes. It is.
So do you all have any resources?
There was recently, we didn't quite make the deadline, but there was actually a grant that was out there that could maybe help with maintaining trees. And I'm not sure the status of that, but unfortunately, the way our program works, it's about planting the trees. But we did, for instance, DOE had a stewardship grant in which we were giving grants out through our stewardship program to help with maintenance and things. Now, what we won't do is come in and cut a tree down, but what we could potentially do is work with folks to get a tree service to do some pruning. The other thing is, too, there's a lot of really, people don't realize it, with trees, compaction of soil is a big issue. It's not always pruning the tree, but it's definitely something that's on our list, and we're well aware of it. And again, we would engage any way we can, but I'm not going to lie and say we have a service. We don't, because it's a liability. Because a lot of times the trees are in people's yards and people don't have the right to come in. So, but no, you're right. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to kid you. Trees are they require maintenance. You're not going to just plant them and walk away. But what you get in return, once that tree takes hold, is that first 2 years, it really starts to give back. And you would be surprised that when you see, well, you probably wouldn't be surprised if you watch trees and you have a place that's really wet and you put a tree in, and then all of a sudden your lawn improves. Now, sometimes the roots and things get in the way, but they will soak up that water. So, I don't have a perfect answer for you, but I will say that DOE is here to stay. We're not going to just run and dash and run and put our trees in. We really are trying to find a connection with all of our municipalities and work with you. So,
Okay.
I guess next slide. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And then this is the fall celebration. We're going to try to, goose up the town hall with some pumpkins, but it looks like we might. It depends on which event you would like us to do that. Mr. Taylor can speak to that. It would either be the 18th of October, which I believe was one of your events, or the
Was it 12th?
Was it the 12th? Or was it the
We're still negotiating on the dates.
Oh, we haven't confirmed the
Yeah, we have
actual
not.
date.
Okay.
We haven't
Well,
confirmed
one
it,
of
but
them-
it's in October.
October or November, one of those. But either way, free is always good. Free plants, free pumpkin. Pumpkins grown in the county, by the way, by our county farmers.
Right.
So let's be clear about that one. So that's kind of what this is about. Next slide. And, this is just verbiage. I'm happy to talk with anybody about this. I don't want to take up all of your time. And I guess next slide. And these are just some of the native plants and things like that. Again, natives can be so beautiful. They really can be low maintenance too once they get going. And last slide. I think that's it. Yeah, just pumpkins. So again, I guess we could move on to the tree planting. So the tree planting, we have two concepts for the tree planting with the town. We want to do the tree planting this fall. And I say that because we all know budget is going to be a concern moving forward, and this is a state-funded grant. So this is one of those ones we can't wait. Funding could go away. So we're up for planting throughout the county. We're going to plant 2,000 trees throughout the county. District Heights is one of them, Capitol Heights is another, and Bladensburg is another, and then various churches and HOAs inside the Beltway is our focus. So that's what we're trying to do. And so there's two concepts. One concept is we plant the shade trees that are larger throughout the town, so each of the council districts, everybody gets one. We would have an opt-out period, so if somebody said, I absolutely positively, I can't have that tree in front of my house, we're not going to plant it. So this, we want these trees to go to a place where they're wanted, but it's going to be in the street right of way. The other concept would be the street trees. We would focus on one block, and I believe, David, is it in council, which district is it? Is it one that's like a safe route to school where we would concentrate putting the street tree plantings in kind of a concentrated area so that it would be around the walk to school within a certain radius of the town. So there's two very different concepts, but either one of them, DOE is well prepared to move on, but we actually have to literally start ordering these trees and getting our contractors in, so we're kind of at the we're under the pressure to make a decision. So I can go over the plans, but I think, what would you like me to, am I,
So you're gonna be working with Shanae.
yes.
So she's gonna, make sure that we get the information and probably do a quick survey on the areas where we would want the trees.
Okay, so, but my thing is, I do need to order the, like.
She's gonna talk to you about it at the end.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, so.
yes. So if you stick around, she's gonna talk to you.
Great,
Yes.
okay, so I guess that's what does anybody have questions?
No, we're not taking questions from, so it's presentation, and you have
Oh, I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Taylor coming up.
Okay,
Yeah, and then,
Okay.
no, towards the end, we'll have a Q&A.
oh, okay,
Yeah. So it'll be people around when we move on.
okay.
You'll have the audience.
I got you. All right,
Okay.
well, then that,
They can stick around.
okay.
Yeah. You'll have the audience.
Okay, so
Okay, so
I'm,
Mr. Taylor's gonna come up.
yes, certainly.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna be-
We have a presentation, you have guests here, and it does echo out, so we just want to make sure. We want to make sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm Rodney Taylor, Associate Director for Prince George County Department of the Environment, our Community Engagement and Beautification Division. Let me just say this, that before I go into, real quick, I want to let you guys know, before I took this position, I was the Chief of Prince George's County Animal Control for 22 years. For 39 years, I was in Animal Services. We had the language line, that one right there that they gave a presentation.
yeah.
Awesome, worked great. We never had a hiccup, worked great. You guys might can even piggyback off the current contract that's in the county, so you might want to check that out. Get you some good prices out of that. All right, so I wanted to share that with you guys. But regarding the plant giveaway, what I'm trying to do, let me back up a little bit. So Project Elevate, from the county exec down, they're really, really instrumental in this. So they're looking at ways to beautify the county. District Heights was one of the municipalities that was selected for us to come in and see if we can help beautify by bringing some plants, some flowers, so the perennials, some trees and all, but perennials, the giveaway, we're gonna have a lot of plants, a lot of native plants to give away. So we might have 1,000 of those. So we're gonna have a whole lot. So we're encouraging that the event that we bring them to is an event where you guys will have a lot of folks coming in. So if you got other municipalities coming in for a special event, let me know that date so we can coordinate and we can bring the giveaways on that date. So, and then we also have a table out for our department, because part of my team, what we do is engage with the community, and we talk about every division within our department, which is stormwater management that deals with flood mitigation, sustainability division that deals with our climate and energy, global warming and all those things, so we can be sustainable. We also have climate and energy, that's part of our, and resource and recovery division, which is your landfill. So that's trash pickup, recycling, composting. We'll have an information table up. We'll be there to answer all kind of questions, give out literature. And also, I always hold this to the end because I was there so long, that's Animal Services Division, which is under our department as well. So if you're looking for the love of your life, I promise you, we might have them there too. So they always love. Let me always put that plug in. So we're excited to come in to help with this whole beautification project. So hopefully we can work it out. We are under a time restraint, so the sooner the better. Because as you know, a lot of grants and federal fund grants are they're going away. So while we have it, we got to utilize it as fast as we can. All right. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Shanae, you have item 3, citywide events overview.
Yes, so I just have a couple of events that I wanted to briefly go over. So tomorrow evening from 5 to 7, we do have the pet microchip drive-through. It is for dogs only, and there's a pre-registration. The flyer was distributed electronically, so it should be available on the website, as well as physical flyers present in each of our lobby spaces here on the campus, the senior center, recreation, as well as right outside these doors. There was also a billboard, a sandwich board outside of the recreation department where you could register with the Pet Unity Projects team to receive that free microchip. And it is fully a drive-through, so the registration and the chipping will happen with the dog inside the vehicle. I believe their team said that we currently have 60 individuals as of Friday signed up for it.
That's
So if you have a pet that you want to get microchipped for free, because I hear it's expensive, please come out tomorrow between 5 and 7. And then we're also still in the planning phases of Power in the Park, which the date has been moved to November 1st.
Oh,
And so I'm working with additional staff members on that and securing community resource partners to participate and have a table to offer resources and education to residents November 1st in the recreation gym.
okay. Excuse me? Huh? Okay, good. Good.
I have a question.
Oh, sure. Commissioner Tillman?
So I do have a question for the lady about the environment. I know she said she was like on a deadline.
Yes.
When exactly is that deadline? Because, we do have a veterans committee, and I would love to them to kind of like talk this over and see if this will be an option that they will want to do. Because, this is the first time of most of them hearing this, and some of them are here. So I think this would be a great thing to add to like the agenda for like the next meeting, just so they can have a conversation, since the Veterans Park is one of the options.
So I believe the deadline to install the tree is September 26th.
Okay.
So if we could possibly come to a decision tonight, or we can discuss at the end of this meeting to get information regarding whether we're doing the municipal complex or the Veterans Park. They're working with a tight deadline as far as the installation of the American holly tree. And then I believe for the tree plantings, the two different plans, whether it's a school or citywide, they want those trees to begin install in mid-November? End of October.
Okay.
So we would need a decision pretty
Sure.
soon.
Yeah, we're going to have a discussion when we get towards,
The end.
not actually the end,
Okay.
but we will have a break where we
Okay.
can have a discussion. Excuse me, we're going to be talking about all of this in a few minutes, If you could come to the podium, so you know, you just don't talk from the audience, because if you had a, no, but we will have a conversation, about all of this.
Excuse me, Mayor, may I?
Sure,
Vice Mayor, did you?
sure, Vice Mayor, did you want to
I'd like to
comment?
make a comment.
There's no comment on this, she's going to make a comment. We're going to have a discussion in a very few minutes as a group. All of us.
Excuse me, may I make a
Sure.
comment? I understand that folks are heated tonight, but I would ask that we can treat each other with some mutual respect as we continue this meeting. I would ask that we can treat each other with mutual respect as we go forward with this meeting. Thank you.
Madam Mayor,
Sure.
I just wanted to make sure I did hear a comment, there was a need to have the power in the park explained. Some people don't know what power in the park is. Could we just make sure that we explain that to our
Okay.
citizens? Thank you.
So the Power in the Park event, this will be the third annual Power in the Park. It's a utility resource fair, so the purpose is to invite utility companies as well as county departments in to have a table to help facilitate residents in utility savings, educate on sustainable practices in order to keep any water bills, gas bills, electricity down, is also educating them on resources such as solar and information such as that. So we did reach out to utility services such as WSSC, PEPCO, the Maryland Public Service Commission, which they did confirm they were interested in participating in order to aid in residents getting that information and education.
And can you clarify who is putting the event on?
Yes, so it is a city event, and the City of District Heights Sustainability Committee is, spearheading and leading that event. As said, this is the 3rd annual, so last year, if you were at the town hall, there was also the Power in the Park downstairs if you happened to be in the building attending that.
Yes, I remember, yeah. Thank you. Any other questions from the commission?
I wanted to ask a question about the trees, the American holly specifically. How large does that tree get?
Realistically, in my lifetime, 30 feet. So it's that tree that we tagged, it's approximately 15 years old. And they grow probably six inches a year overall. So if you were to see one in the wild that was, 50, 60 years old, it would be maybe 40 feet tall, maybe.
And just to add on that, because I know that this has been an ongoing discussion, the idea is that I would prefer if we plant at the Veterans Park. We normally set up a Christmas tree. This would give us an opportunity to grow a Christmas tree and actually experience some cost savings from, hiring a vendor to come in and put a tree in for us.
Yeah.
Additionally, I've heard a lot of feedback from former Vice Mayor Irving on the plantings, right? And we know that we have those large oak trees that are already present, and they're sucking the life out of all those other annuals that we plant. So the idea behind putting the holly at the Veterans Park, in addition to introducing some natives, is that we can lower our maintenance costs every year having to buy new plants, as well as grow a tree that we could potentially use in our Christmas celebrations, which would, be further cost savings to us.
Okay, any other questions?
I have a comment.
Sure.
So I was thinking, I like the idea of the holly tree at the Veterans Park as well. It could be something that as it grows, I think right now she said it's 15 feet tall right now,
About 12 to 14, it's taller than
the ceiling.
past the ceiling.
So the tree could be used at all of our events. I mean, we could do something like put bulbs that are personalized with our loved ones on it, and use that tree as something that everyone could see. I mean, similar to the bricks that are out on the ground, you could use these bulbs on the tree to also show our love and respect to our veterans as well. I was looking at some pictures at Arlington Cemetery, and they have many beautiful trees, and these trees that we would be bringing to the city would be native trees. So I think with the exception of the American holly, most of the other trees are not going to grow quite as large and as tall as that one.
Well, no, not in our, I mean, you have to put it in perspective that trees take years and years and years to grow.
We won't
And
see it.
When you cut down a tree that's 50 feet tall, that's probably a 100-year-old tree. And so the trees that we plant today are we're planting for our future generations. That's the fact.
Okay, any other questions from the commission? If not, thank you.
Thank you.
Action items, and now we'll have the approval of the minutes. The city clerk will submit the following sets of minutes for approval by the mayor and the commission: September the 4th city meeting and September the 9th work session. So could I get a motion to move that the city commission approve the September 4th city meeting minutes and the September 9th work session minutes as provided in the city report?
Vice Mayor Gomez moved that the City Commission approve the September 4th city meeting minutes and the September 9th work session minutes as provided in the city report.
Could I get a second?
Commissioner Harcourt, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. So at this time, On Tuesday, August the 12th of 2025, the mayor and commissioners entered into a closed session under the authority of the Maryland Opens Meetings Act to discuss contractual matters. The discussion was limited to issues concerning contracts. No other topics were discussed, and no formal actions were taken during that closed session. So we have reached our closed session on item 5, which is contractual matters. The mayor and commission will convene in closed session to discuss personnel matters. Could I get a motion to go into closed session?
Commissioner Janifer moved that we go into closed session.
Could I get a second?
Commissioner Tillman, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for that. We will prepare to go into closed session, but at this time, I wanted to allow this time for any questions or concerns about the tree planting, and we can coordinate it with Shanae, and DOE presenters are here to answer any of your questions, and what other areas that you would like for tree planting. So we're going to use this discussion for you all to be involved in that. And Shanae and Kenneth will be coordinating that. Okay?
May I ask one final question for the Department of the Environment?
She can come up to the podium before we prepare, as we prepare to go into closed session.
Very quickly. I just wanted to ask, as part of the trees that we'll be getting, will there be any fruit trees included in that?
No.
Okay.
No fruit, every tree has fruit, there's have a flower, you have a fruit, but there are no fruit trees. Now, service berries do have berries, but usually the birds eat them so fast that there's no berries to be had. But there is no such thing as a tree that doesn't have fruit and flower.
Thank you for educating us.
So
If
you want to stay up there to answer any questions or engage with the residents.
Yes, ma'am.
Looking for my narrative.
You ready?
Not yet. Ready? Okay. So we are now back into our work session from the closed session. On Tuesday, September the 23rd, 2025, the mayor and commissioners entered into closed session under the authority of the Maryland Open Meetings Act to discuss contractual matters. The discussion was limited to issues concerning contracts and also personnel issues. In the attendance of this closed session was myself, Mayor Cynthia Miller, Vice Mayor Gomez, Commissioner Harcourt, Jennifer and Tillman, Interim City Manager Darren Swain, City Clerk Kenneth Warren, HR Consultant Chris Lawson, Union Counsel Don Quinn, Union Rep John Berry, and Union Rep Jimmy Harris. And so, sure. Excuse me. Counsel to the city.
Outside counsel.
Outside counsel to the city, Don Quinn. Thank you for that correction. So, at this time, I am going to open the floor for any comments before I ask for a motion to end this meeting. So, any comments? Or,
If I may, Madam Mayor.
sure, Commissioner Harcourt.
I would like to just express, I know we had a very engaged audience tonight, and I would just like to apologize to any residents who feel that myself and my colleagues have not met their expectations, and tell them that I am sorry. I don't understand in any ways that we have failed them. We have really honestly tried our best and to do those things that have been in the best interest of the city, and not only the city's best interest now, but in the future of the city. Throughout history, when you look at great cities, they evolve and they change or they die. I come from the Midwest, and the Midwest is littered with cities that started off great. I'm from Detroit. If you go to Detroit, you'll see once it's one of the most prosperous cities in the country, and it looks like a wasteland now. And things change and they adapt and they grow. And a lot of the things, annexation and these things that we're talking about, even the planting of trees, a lot of the things and the ideas that we have now, these things won't take root. A lot of us will be gone after these things take root. These are ideas that we are trying to, these are seeds that we're trying to plant for the best and posterity of our city that will take root for our children and our children's children, along with these trees that we want to plant. We're not doing anything to hurt anybody. We live here, you're our neighbors, you're our friends, you're our residents, you're our families. And we see and we understand what works. We also know what we dug ourselves out of. Myself and Mayor Miller, you know, it's hurtful for people to say that, you know, this is the worst commission ever when we know exactly what was here before, what we dug ourselves out of, what we're still cleaning up. And we will not talk about those things before, but we know what was here before. And a lot of you that have made these accusations, you full well know what those things were too. And you put us in charge to do those things, and we did those things, and they were hard. And they took a toll on us mentally. They took a toll on us. They threatened our very physical safety and our careers. And we were here, and we do these things for you. These jobs are not paid. These are thankless. And again, it's hurtful. But we do the best that we can, and we show up here and making the best decisions that we can make based on the information that we have. And, you know, a lot of you do come here, but the city is 6,000 people. And as I often have to remind my colleagues, there are many people here, and I thank the people that send us the nice emails or the comments on Nextdoor, or who see me at the grocery store in Aldi or in Lidl or in Little Caesars in the parking lot when I'm working from home and stop there for lunch, and they give me a hug and they tell me they appreciate what I'm doing. And I have to be reminded that for every one person that does not like what we're doing, there are 10 quiet voices out there that do. And I have to remind myself that we are still doing a good thing. When I look at our property values, when I look at my city, I don't look at a city in disgust. I look at a city that is beautiful, that is growing, and that's only going to get better. So again, to those people that think that I have failed them or any of my colleagues, I am sorry, and I will do my best to be better. But I know that we have not. We're trying the best we can based on the information and the resources that we have. And there are a lot of things that you don't know, that we can't share, that we wish we could, but we can't. And, you know, I'll leave it right there.
Thank you for that, Commissioner Harcourt. Do you have a comment?
No,
Are you
no, I
okay?
just, I'm fine. I mean, I'll say a little something then. No, I will say that, there has been a lot going on in the city over the last, few months that, has really, people have forgotten what we have done. And we are, as my colleague has said, we are trying very, very hard. Our intent is not to hurt or to harm any of our neighbors. And we appreciate the group that we had here tonight. We accept all of those comments. Everyone has, as of right now, still have First Amendment rights.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
we respect that, and we take all of your comments, and we just, you know, we try to do better. And so if I've hurt anyone, it is not intentional. I think everyone knows my heart. It is not intentional. It's not to hurt or harm or disrespect any of our residents. And so if I have done that, I humbly apologize to you all. I hope that you will still come up and talk to us and compliment or complain. I will take them all.
That's right.
But please continue to talk to us and tell us what it is that you want us to do, because we are trying our best to do better here.
Commissioner Tillman, do you have a comment?
You know, great leaders welcome feedback. And, you know, they use that feedback to improve. You know, service has no title. And I think, you know, when you are doing a good job, people expect you to fail. So sometimes when you do good things, sometimes it's not on behalf of yourself, it's on behalf of others. And when you're doing the right thing, the right people will notice. So I think, you know, I always tell every resident that their feedback is welcome and appreciated. And that will always be the case. And, you know, I thank you for just allowing me to be here to serve you, because that's what we are here to do. And
Talk on that note. I was going to review the rest last, and then I'll say something, but you say something else.
You sure?
Okay.
I echo my colleagues' sentiments. We are always here to listen and take feedback respectfully. We are all still neighbors. We all live in a small community that we can walk in the span of an hour and a half. And I would just implore folks to remember that no one here is an enemy, and it's really important, especially in this day and age, that we foster a mutual respect for one another. We may not always agree. We may not always get exactly what we want, but it's still important for us to sustain healthy connections between us. And so, always here to listen to feedback in love and in respect for our community.
Thank you for that. For me, as the mayor, I still wear many hats. And I spent a lot of time here, a lot. Because as Commissioner Harcourt remembers, we got through a lot.
It's bad.
And it was bad. And we felt that we wanted to do our best. We love our city. We never talked about moving out, but we feel that there was so much potential, and we still have a lot of potential. And what I can say today, we're at the table where we were never at the table. We have opportunities where people are coming to us, businesses want to be a part of us. And I want to apologize to the presenters today where they saw this activity and just meanness, and I just want us to just love each other. We're not perfect people. We'll never be perfect. But we are here to serve you. And we spent a lot of time here from our families and other activities, going on vacations, because we know there is still more work to do for our great city of District Heights. And so we're going to continue to do the work. And I'm going to continue to spend more time here making sure that we are going to grow. Because if we don't grow, this city will die. We will turn 90 years old next year. Let's be proud of what we've done to continue the work that needs to be done to be recognized, not as the Heights, but the great city of District Heights. Because we deserve better. And we're going to get better. And we are better. But we need to come together as a team. If you see something, say something, help with something. That's what a community does. We don't beat up on each other. So we're here to do the work as public servants, a thankless job, but we love our city, we love you, we love our community, and we're going to continue to do the work. And thank you. So, Vice Mayor Gomez has an announcement.
So I just want to start off by saying that it's really been an honor to serve as your vice mayor and your commissioner for Ward 2. I've really enjoyed working with every single person here on the dais. Mayor, under your leadership, I've learned so much. After thoughtful consideration, I have decided to step down from my position effective tomorrow. This is not an easy decision to make, as serving the residents of our community has been a meaningful experience in my life. And I'm proud of the progress that we've made together and the challenges that we've faced. I want to again extend my deepest gratitude to my colleagues who've worked with me day after day, night after night, long nights, stressful meetings, disagreement. But we always had a mutual respect and care for one another that made this great. I want to thank the city staff for the work that they've put in, helping me with our vision. And I want to thank my neighbors of Ward 2 for entrusting me with this responsibility and encouraging me and sharing feedback. Though I am resigning from this role, I remain committed to the well-being and the future of our great city. And I look forward to continuing to support our community in new ways. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I will miss you all so much. I'm still here.
Yes, you are. I know, we are really speechless, and when people don't understand on this commission, we've become a family. We know where everybody lives, and so it's kind of hard. Vice Mayor, you are in our youngest commissioner and vice mayor, and we've learned so much from you. And we always appreciated your vision for helping us move our city, even through our sustainable committee, to give us this insight on how we continue to grow. But the time and the commitment that you have put into the seat, we are just so appreciative that you even wanted to be a part of this. And we know it's hard, but we know that moving forward, you do have your life and your career that you really want to focus on, and we appreciate you giving us the time that you have given us. So we know where you live. We're going to be knocking on your door so you can continue to help us with projects. And we definitely, we love you, and, you know, we're not going to say we're going to miss you, because we still want to see each other, because you're not going anywhere. So I'm going to go to Commissioner Harcourt, if you're okay, or you want to go last.
I gotta go back.
He's going to go last. So Commissioner Jennifer?
Yeah, I just want to say, it has been an honor to work with you. Your grace it should be something that everyone should look at and want to emulate. And you're going to be missed from the dais.
Yes.
But again, we know where you live. You know I have knocked on your door, and we'll continue to do so. And we are all friends here.
Yes.
We are friends, and that is not going to change. So I want to say thank you for what you have done to improve the lives of our neighbors here. I know you're Ward 2, but we are one District Heights.
Yes.
And so thank you.
Commissioner Tillman?
Wow. I want to say I'm totally speechless. This is probably the first time that I haven't had anything to say. I just want to say, thank you for your service. I have always appreciated you and your beliefs and what you believe in on this dais. We may not have always agree, but we do have a great friendship where we can agree to disagree.
Yes.
And I think that's where, I'm going to leave that and say that, you still have my number. I'm only one call away. And, I appreciate you and your time.
Thank you. Commissioner Harcourt, are you
Madam
ready?
Mayor. Yeah, I'm good. So
Okay.
the first time I met Commissioner Gomez, or Vice Mayor Gomez, I put a crock pot up on next door, first come, first basis.
Yeah.
And she came after somebody got it. But,
I was after that crock pot.
it was I usually just put stuff and tell people to come get it. But, and we later met at a letter writing campaign when I was trying to get a website committee started. And you just never know how many touch points you have. And, you know, you realize that wisdom doesn't necessarily come with age.
Right.
Sometimes you just get old, but you never aspire to gain wisdom. And I heard that, you know, someone said that wisdom is to be able to think about thinking. When you can step outside yourself and you actually think about thinking, how you think and why you come to the process of how you came to that, the conclusion of how you came to that thought. And Vice Mayor Gomez has challenged me, even though I'm her elder, to think in a different way. And I'm grateful for that, because I often get bored with people quickly because they don't challenge me on a thought basis. And she does. And I enjoy her around me because she gives me intellectual rigor that I crave. And I don't find that with a lot of people. And I'm going to miss that on this Diaz, because she makes me think about things from a different perspective. When we say we don't want to grow our city, when I hear people say that, she is exactly the spirit of why we should be growing our city. She's the spark of why we should want to grow our city, to invite new people in with new ideas, because the ideas that we have, nostalgia, is the reason why our country is exactly where we are, because we have these ideas that are tinted with nostalgia, that they were never true in the first place. But you gave me hope. I'm grateful for your friendship. Oh. I'm gonna miss you.
So since you all are
Thank you.
a part of this, Kenneth, do you have a comment?
Vice Mayor Gomez. Well, thank you, obviously, for bringing me to the great city of District Heights. It's been great working with you and all of you, but thank you so much. And yes, you definitely give me hope for being, you know, the youngest person on the dais.
Yeah.
Thank you. Our interim acting city manager, give you your proper title, Darren Swain.
Thank you so very much, Madam Mayor. And Madam Vice Mayor, you know, it's been such an honor to have had the opportunity to work with you in this capacity. But, you know, we are so much deeper than just, you know, our working together in this capacity, being fraternal and sorority, brothers and sisters, you know, that's a whole nother level of a friendship that we have, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the insight, the wisdom that you continue to implore upon this great city, such that we can continue to move forward. It's your insight and those things that you have brought that have given me hope and inspiration as I came aboard in the economic development role, and now having to ascend to this role. It's through your efforts that I look at sustainability in a whole new different way, because your commitment is not just something that you talk about, but it's something that you display each and every time that you get the opportunity. So I look forward to working with you as we move forward, as we do all those things necessary to make the great city of District Heights what it should be, and a leader in the sustainability movement here in Prince George's County, and I would dare say throughout the world. I know we're going to make it better. We're going to make that change, and you're not going to, because, you know, I got to pass your house every day after work, so I will, and, you know, I have stopped by your house before, so I will stop past and do that. So I just want to say congratulations, and not only that, let me just say this one last thing, is that I think your future is bright.
Yes.
Your future is so bright. You know, you are a ray of sunshine. The sun has so many billions, gazillion rays rays of light. You are one of those rays of light that will continue to spark throughout this universe that we know. And I look forward to making sure that that light continues to shine. Because what I'll do is in order to see, I'll put my shades on so you can shine brighter and brighter and brighter. And I just want to say thank you, and I just look forward to all the great things you can continue to do in the future.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you.
Okay, with that, could I get a motion to adjourn?
I think we should give that honor to.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, for the last time, I, Vice Mayor Gomez, move to adjourn the September 23rd, 2025 work session.
Could I get a second?
Commissioner Tillman, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries, and this meeting has been adjourned. We need to take a group picture.
I know, this will be our last one.
So can y'all get a picture, and then we get a picture with the staff?
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
We stand up here?
No, we're gonna stand down.
Well,